The storm raged outside, rattling the windows of a once magnificent mansion that now felt more like a gilded cage. Thomas Sinclair, one of the wealthiest businessmen in the country, sat in his grand study, sipping an expensive brandy. But the taste was bitter. Wealth had brought him power, but not happiness. The people closest to him, his wife, Helena, his daughter, Vivian, and his son, Jacob, seemed to love the life he provided. But did they love him? Something inside Thomas snapped that night. He had to know the truth, and so he devised a test, one that would reveal the depths of their loyalty. By the time the sun rose, their lives would never be the same again. That night, Thomas called his most trusted assistant, Leonard. "Transfer all my assets into a private account," he instructed. "Tell the board I'm stepping down temporarily, and make sure the media believes I've lost everything. No one, not even my family, must know the truth." Leonard hesitated. "Sir, this will shake your family to its core." "Are you certain?" Thomas took a deep breath. "If their love is real, they will stay by my side. If not," he exhaled slowly, "I need to know." The next morning, Thomas gathered his family in the ornate living room, where golden chandeliers cast warm light over their oblivious faces. "We're broke," he announced, his voice void of emotion. "I've lost everything. The company has collapsed. The mansion, the cars, the accounts, they're all gone. We have nothing." A tense silence filled the air. Helena scoffed. "What nonsense are you saying? How can a man like you just lose everything overnight?" Vivian, dressed in designer clothes, clutched her phone. "Wait, so, like, we're poor? Like, no shopping sprees, no vacations, no Wi-Fi?" Jacob was the only one who stepped forward. "Dad, are you okay? Is there anything I can do?" His voice was soft, filled with genuine concern. Thomas felt a pang of emotion, but kept his face unreadable. "We have to leave this place. We'll move to my father's old countryside home. We'll manage there." Helena sprang up. "Manage, in some filthy shack? Absolutely not. I didn't marry you to live in poverty." Vivian shook her head. "No way. I can't live without luxury. This is a nightmare." Jacob simply nodded. "If that's what we have to do, then we'll do it. We're a family, right?" Thomas smiled slightly. At least one of them understands what truly matters. The move to the countryside was agonizing for Helena and Vivian. The house was small. The beds were stiff, and there were no maids to cater to their every need. Worse yet, Thomas insisted they work for their food. "We'll start farming," he said, handing out tools. Helena laughed bitterly. "Me, a woman of my stature? Never." Vivian folded her arms. "This is beneath me. I'd rather die." Only Jacob picked up a hoe. "Come on, Dad. Let's do this together." Days passed, and resentment festered. Helena began sneaking off in the afternoons, always returning with expensive gifts. Vivian, too, found companionship in a wealthy older man from the village. Their true colors shone like a neon warning sign. But Thomas remained silent, watching, waiting. One evening, Jacob found his mother dressed elegantly, slipping out of the house. "Where are you going?" he asked, arms crossed. Helena sneered. "To find real man who can provide for me. Your father is finished." Jacob's face twisted with disappointment. "You're abandoning him after everything?" Helena rolled her eyes. "Grow up, Jacob. Love doesn't fill a plate." Vivian laughed beside her mother. "Mom's right. We deserve better. Dad is just dead weight now." Jacob clenched his fists. But there was nothing more to say. They had made their choices. Weeks passed, and Thomas finally had all the proof he needed. One morning, he packed his things and told Jacob to follow him. "Where are we going?" Jacob asked. "Home," Thomas replied, his voice calm yet firm. When they arrived in the city, Jacob expected a small apartment, perhaps a humble rental. Instead, they stopped in front of an extravagant estate. "Dad, whose house is this?" Thomas pulled out a remote and clicked a button. The grand iron gate swung open. "Ours." Jacob's eyes widened as they stepped inside. The marble floors gleamed, the chandeliers sparkled, and luxury surrounded them. But I thought Thomas placed a firm hand on his son's shoulder. It was all a test, son. I never lost a penny. I needed to see who valued me as a man, not as a bank account. And now I know. Jacob swallowed hard, thinking of his mother and sister. What about them? Thomas sighed. They made their choices, and now they must live with them. Back in the village, Helena and Vivian continued to chase fleeting wealth. But fortune is fickle. The rich men who once entertained them soon grew tired. Helena was abandoned, left with nothing but regret. Vivian's luxurious lifestyle collapsed, and she found herself alone, lost in a world she no longer controlled. One day, news of Thomas's success reached them. They rushed to the city, pleading at his gates, their voices desperate. Thomas, take us back. We were wrong. He watched them from a distance, his heart heavy but resolute. You only love the comfort, he said softly. But real love isn't about money. It's about loyalty, about standing together through the storms. Then he turned away, walking back into the life he had reclaimed with Jacob by his side, the only one who had passed the test. True love and loyalty are tested not in moments of abundance, but in times of hardship. The ones who stand by you when you have nothing are the ones who truly deserve to be there when you have everything.